shout out goes out to our current channel members. If you were interested in picking up a channel membership for as little as $1.99 a month, head over to my channel profile and hit the join button to view all of the available perks. Thanks. Hello there everyone, and welcome back to the channel today for a brand new video. Now today, I don't really want to discuss one small detail or aspect of the new episode of Crystalized that released over the weekend. Instead, I sort of just want to kind of retrospectively look back on a major part of the entire episode, if that makes any kind of sense. That being the attack on the monastery at the hands of the entire Crystal Council. Now, honestly, where do I even begin with this? The fight itself, and the choreography here, all of it was just absolutely, honestly mind-blowing. I would say this was in the top 3 best Ninjago scenes of all time. It may actually be my all-time favourite. It's going to require slightly more thinking from me to just kind of, about all of the other great fight scenes that we've had in Ninjago and compare them to this one. But honestly, this is a huge contender for the best fight scene of all time. And this is just what you get when Wild Brain is at its absolute peak, and everything about this scene was literally insane. And the fact that this entire fight spanned the length of more or less the entire episode, it just made it so much better, and I am so satisfied and happy thinking about it. And it just never seems to get worse at all as I rewatch it. That's another thing I've got to say here. It's just always so exciting, and it never gets less exciting the more I watch it, to me. The other thing I really do want to touch on here is just seeing Pythor fight so well. Now, Pythor is honestly a character that was very intelligent, and that was where all of his intimidation aspect of him came from. He was never really a villain that would beat people up or anything. He was never really a good fighter. We knew he had skills. Well, he was an Anachondri. They are extremely tough beings, and also he could turn invisible. He always had those powers, but we just never really saw him use them in combat. He always kind of stayed back and let others do the fighting for him. But everything changed in this scene. Pythor was giving Pixel, Wu, and Nia a complete run for their money. He was really, really good, and I'm really happy we saw more of Pythor actually up there in the front lines fighting. That was spectacular to see. After so long, I've always wanted to see Pythor in action, and seeing him here, yeah, it ticked all of the boxes for me. Everyone, now, aside from just Pythor there, I just wanted to touch on that, but literally everyone here played an amazing role in this fight scene. If you took away just one of these characters, the fight scene would not have been the same, honestly. But this fight scene, literally every single character played a really great role. And that's quite the achievement, considering there were a few different characters in this fight scene. And usually in Ninjago, huge fight scenes between this many different characters like this, well, we don't really see them all that often, if ever, really. But we definitely did here, and it was really intense. And the length of this really helped it out. It lasted a good few minutes. Again, most of the episode was spent on this entire fight scene in the monastery. And that really did it justice, and it really showed us all of these different characters' abilities and how amazing everything was. But it wouldn't be a video dissecting and talking about this fight scene if we didn't talk about Wu. I was lost for words. Honestly, Wu is a character that we've always known to be very, very powerful, and if the time is right, he can definitely be very badass and can definitely fight and hold his own. And this fight showed us that. Now, Wu, we've never really seen Wu fight all that much, and if we actually have, it hasn't really been that drawn out, if you guys get what I mean. Now, yeah, we did get the Season 7 premiere, where Wu definitely showed us more of his capabilities, but this went a step further, and we really saw Wu, possibly at his peak here, in terms of what we've seen and how old he is. You have to remember that Wu is honestly really old at this point, and so he's probably not as powerful as he once was, say, in the Serpentine Wars, but he definitely held his own here, and he was doing a great job. And after so many years of just urgently wanting to see Wu really use his full capabilities, this scene gave me everything I could have possibly wished for, and this alone, the Wu aspect of this entire episode, just made everything so much better, and I'm just so happy with it. Now, also, there is another aspect I do want to quickly touch on here, and that is Pixel's new remixed and updated theme that played towards the end, when all of the mini Pixel bots get shown off in this episode towards the end of the fight. I'll play a quick clip of it now, just to show you guys what I mean. But I mean, can we just talk about how amazing that theme was? Seriously, it gave me goosebumps a lot the first time I watched it, and every single time I rewatch it, I still get the exact same experience. It was so good to me, and it may seem like, honestly, quite a small thing, I guess, to some of you, and I'm not really a soundtrack type of guy when it comes to Ninjago. I can appreciate the music, but I'm not really that into it. I don't really spend time listening to the Ninjago soundtracks all that much, but this one completely caught my attention, and I thought it was literally incredible, and yeah, it really added to this whole episode. Now, this episode, usually I do kind of go through a phase where I like it, and then as time goes by, I dislike it a little bit more. I think most of us get that. But this episode, I can already tell, is just one of those ones where it's not going to be one that I eventually start to dislike more over time. I can tell you right now, from a few months from now, I guess, this episode is still going to be a 10 out of 10 in my eyes. This is one of the best Ninjago episodes, possibly, of all time for me. It just ticked every single box I could have possibly been asking for when thinking and looking forward to this episode, and it was literally just amazing. It did everything and more, in my opinion, that I wanted to see, and so for that, I have absolutely nothing but praise for this episode, and I really wanted to make this video because I'm just so extremely happy with all of this overall, and yeah, it was just really great in my opinion. But with all of this being said, I think that's basically just about everything I wanted to touch on in today's video. What do you guys think? Be sure to drop your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed, drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel for more almost every single day, and hit that notification bell so that you can be the first to watch my new content whenever I do release it. And with all of this being said, I'll see you all soon for my next video. Goodbye.